What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and the Celtics Heat game had one of the most fascinating endings we've ever seen. Derrick White got the shot off. It said .1 on the clock, but it was really like .05, if that makes sense. And they're going to Game 7. They're possibly going to do the unthinkable. We got Michael Irvin watching the game with some Celtics fans, and he was talking junk. He was hyped after Jimmy Butler hit all 3 of the free throws, and he was devastated by the end. And we're going to watch his reaction, and we're going to watch the sights and sounds from the court, and I'm going to be back with my thoughts on this series.
Jimmy Butler just hit all 3. I'm over here in the wire. Look at these Celtic fans. All these Celtic fans right here. Yeah, that's right. I found these Celtics. Who are these? I don't know these jokers. Just met these jokers. They everywhere. But they my boys. It's my boy's birthday right there. So we celebrating his birthday over here. I told him I'd have a shot with him as long as the Heat win. As long as the Heat win. That's all we got to do. Hey, man, happy birthday, my brother. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, baby. Jimmy Butler hit all 3 of them. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. No.
Family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Man, that was intense and gut-wrenching. Watching that live last night, I think I might have woke the children up, man, with my reaction to that Derrick White game winner. And, I like the way both teams play, seeing Boston go back to their strengths and not settle for so many threes. They played a little bit smarter in the first half. Tatum was playing from the elbow and the mid-post a lot. And you see, Jimmy could not contest as good as he can contest. You've seen Tatum a few times in this series try to do too much dancing on the perimeter and get it stolen from various Heat players, and that is an advantage to Jimmy Butler. But when he posts up, receives the pass, and takes a couple dribbles left and elevates, or just hit him, with the pivots and the triple threats, and he just elevates. There's nothing Jimmy Butler can do size-wise. You know what I'm saying? So it was nice to see Tatum come out and give them that lift early. Now, Jaylen Brown was like 5 for 5, 6 for 6 early on in the game as well. So they came to take this game. And I think back to when everyone was trying to blame Grant Williams for poking the bear. But looking back on it, Grant Williams inspired his team. He inspired his team to meet intensity level. Grant Williams wasn't playing as much early in the playoffs, which was probably a fault of Joe Mazzulla's. Derrick White, in the starting lineup, he's playing just as good as anybody in this series. Caleb Martin was very good for the Heat all series, and Derrick White on the opposing side, he's been good even in the 3 games they lost. So he's been consistent and steady. Rob Williams, he's meeting Bam, now. Al Horford had a big block on Bam at the rim. The Heat, I think they may be done. They have to go back to Boston for Game 7, and Jimmy could have a virtuoso. If Tatum or Brown has one of their great performances, then it won't matter what Jimmy Butler does. Al Horford, you can count on all those guys knocking down threes. And I feel like the lift came from several places. I mentioned Grant Williams and his intensity level. I feel like, was it Game 3? It might have been Game 3 where the bench came in. Peyton Pritchard and those guys were playing with intensity. I feel like that inspired the starters, to see the guys playing freely and attempting to try to get them back in the game. It was too little too late, but they matched the level of the guys who rarely get on the floor. Joe Mazzulla, being honest, that the way he was honest, it could go against a team. He talked about how he had lost the locker room a little bit at one point. And the brutal honesty, I think the players like Mazzulla. I just think it's one of those things. You think about the transition of Ime Udoka, coaching is important. Now, Mazzulla was on his staff, so they're familiar with him, but the role changes. Like when you elevate it from assistant to head coach, he's got to make the tough decisions that that Ime Udoka used to make. You know what I'm saying? And that could have an impact on the team. You think about these rotations, and some of the players like Grant Williams wasn't playing as much as they probably should have been. Well, people talk about Grant Williams poke the bear and all this, but he earned more playing time and is now back in the role that he had. Remember when they beat Brooklyn, they swept them last year in the playoffs. He was one of the defenders they were interchanging on Kevin Durant. He was one of the looks KD was getting. And, hey, man, I'm just impressed with what these Celtics have been able to do. We're about to witness history on Monday night, potentially. And I'm also thankful, this will be the last thing I say, I'm very thankful that they did extend the series, because we wouldn't have had any basketball from early last week to Thursday. But now at least the Eastern Conference Finals will end Monday and the finals will start Thursday. So we didn't have that big of a gap in games. You know what I'm saying? So it's good for all of us except for Heat fans. But look, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.